Welcome to the Metal Prognosis. My name is Lee, and today it's all about the bass. So I've got my 5-string bass here set up in drop G, which is always heaps of fun. And we have the Studio V3. So I'll bring it up so you can see it. Ooh, and I'll not drop it. And what this has is a bunch of really cool things, but one of them has a different bass feature. It's got 2 different bass features. So what I thought would be really cool is, let's run this direct. Let's run it pretty dry, so no distortion, because we just want to see how it reacts first, and then we can take it from there. So, cue the cute little cartoon intro and start plugging stuff in and having some fun. All right, now everything's set up, ready to go. Grab my bass here. So, because I'm not sure on how this is actually going to roll, let's get a little bit cautious with it. So, we've got input. We've got a 20 dB gain. We're definitely not going to use the phantom power. That's for microphones. And we're not using a mic because we're going direct out. Reverse phase, which we won't worry about, and some output. So I'll set it to flat for now, just to get a bit of a signal going through. All right, so I'm not getting much at the moment, so let's give it a 20 dB boost. Cool. So that has got a decent amount of output coming out. How's the levels looking? Yeah, levels looking actually decent. That's a nice amount of oomph coming through for bass to start with, and that's just on the flat. So we have a warm and an OPL. I don't know what an OPL is, but we are going to check it out anyway to find out. So where is that? An electric bass, electric keyboard, electric bass. So as you can see, it's got heaps of different options here. Can't really tell much of the difference. I don't know if the camera is picking up the needle on the tube warmth either. Hopefully it is. Okay, so that's that. Let's get a little bit more input. So there's no on and off button on here, is there? No, there's not. So I can't really check to do a comparison. Let's see if I unplug it, if we get some signal going through or not. Nope. So I can't really do an A-B comparison about what it sounds like direct in compared to what this unit is presenting. That's all right. So that's one. But I mean, can't really do much of a deep dive because it's just doing its job, and it's doing a very simple job of giving us a pretty decent signal coming through. So let's have a look at the OPL bass and see what that gives us. What is going on there? It's definitely taken it down heaps. Just having a look at the levels there. Yeah, that's a huge difference compared to if I take it back. Am I on the right one? Yep. Yeah, so I definitely prefer the warmth, which I don't know if that's the tube pushing through, because if I chuck it on the PL. Yeah, the meter's still working, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure what the difference is there, what it's doing. But it does have a limiter, so let's see if we can kind of push that. Because I do love limiters. All right, so that's on flat, that's on limiter. So if we crank up the input and chuck down the output a bit, let's crank up the input to full and see if it keeps it at the same level that we just had. Doesn't seem like it has. So if we pull that, oops, shouldn't have done that. So let's put that on the line there just so I got a reference. It doesn't do a bad job, actually. It's definitely nowhere near peaking, which is what you want. But all right, I've got to turn that back down again. So let's just find a decent. So that is a really good level coming through there. And it naturally gives it a little bit of grunt and a little bit of bite without needing not without needing. I do love having distortion running through my bass pretty much 100% of the time. So I don't want to say it doesn't need it, but the characteristics that it's bringing without distortion is still pretty rad. So what I'm going to do now is unplug the input. Let's go into the desk here, bring that up, and that is how much volume we've got coming through without the preamp. And now I bring it back in, just so we can get a little bit of A-B comparison. Yeah, very cool. All right, I'm gonna take a little bit of a step away from the camera, reset everything up, not reset everything up, just change a little bit so we can have a jam. So I've got a track set up with 2 guitars and drums. The guitars are pretty treble heavy and not much bottom end. So I left them in on purpose from a previous video I did because I thought this would be really cool to see how much bottom dynamics we can add to that. And let's hear how that sounds right now. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the jam, and I'll have a bit of a chat about it on the other side. All right, time for some final thoughts with the Studio V3. They're using it for the first time. And I'm glad I tried it on bass because it's always fun bringing out the bass, but it was interesting to see how it reacted to it. So first and foremost, it's awesome. It did really good. But it's not that glamorous or sexy, is it? But it's something I feel is very needed. And for something like bass, as you heard, going through direct compared to bringing it into the Studio V3 made a huge difference. It made it audible and it gave us something, a really, really strong foundation to actually work with and do it. Very simple to use, which is cool. I still don't know the difference. I figured out the difference between warm and the OPL, but I don't know what OPL stands for. But having it on the warmth setting or voicing, yeah, it worked out an absolute treat. Now, I did notice something when I was recording the jam, well, straight after I recorded the jam and had a look to see what was happening on the computer. I did the typical muso thing where during sound check, you're playing along, cool, but when it comes time to jam, you're adding an extra 15 or 20% into your actual performance. So the wave was a little bit larger, not by much, but there was a couple of little more peakish moments. But the unit did a really good job and none of it actually peaked and none of it went too overboard where it was unusable. So yeah, full credit to it, that was great. I'm probably going to try this out again with some vocals. Hopefully I can get a vocalist in, otherwise I'll just suffer it myself and run through it. But no, Studio V30 with bass, very, very cool. And I might try it again with bass too to see how it reacts to having a distortion before it and see how it reacts to that. Have it compared to what we did today, just running it straight dry. So thank you very much for joining me in this video. It was lots of fun, as I said, bringing out the bass again, just having a bit of a jam. And I thoroughly look forward to chatting with you next time. Until then, stay safe.